We all know Meghan Markle is never off duty when the cameras are around. Her every reaction looks like it was rehearsed the night before. But Australia was a different story. Because this trip gave us not one, not two, but 13 moments where her mask slipped. Here are 13 times Meghan Markle's mask slipped in Australia. Number 7 will terrify you. Sometimes you have to wonder, when would Meghan Markle be genuinely happy? She arrived in Australia, and everything seemed to be going well. She picked up her luggage, and everything changed immediately. Her smiling face turned stone cold. You could see wrath in her eyes, and if Harry isn't careful, a punch to his face would be inevitable. It seems she was annoyed because when she was royal, she had people packing and carrying her bags and doing everything for her. But now, on this private trip, she had to carry the bag herself, and this didn't go well with her. No senior crew member knelt by her seat to remove her hat or treat her like royalty. Her expression was so ice cold and stiff, even a baby could sense something was deeply off and burst into tears on the spot. Meghan always tries her best to act interested when she isn't interested at all. At Bondi Beach, Meghan went there to greet survivors of Australia's deadliest terror attack in decades, and at that instant, her mask slipped. Someone was explaining what happened at the beach. To people, she looked attentive, but to us watching, her mask had already slipped. She was constantly blinking and not paying attention. That's not the expression someone makes when they are sad. It's the expression when someone is thinking, "I am tired. Please get this explanation done so I can leave this place." She looked like she was wondering what the lady was even saying. It seemed like when a narcissist tries to show compassion. For everyone, art is exciting, but to Meghan Markle, it is tiring. Notice how her mask slipped when the tour guide was explaining every exhibit to her and Harry. Harry looked a bit interested, but Meghan looked like she was just waiting for the woman to finish and get out of there. She didn't show much interest. She just kept nodding and waving. Look at how she takes a long breath as if she is tired of this. I will be very honest, people behave this way when they are forced to be somewhere they really do not want to be. But I guess Meghan couldn't say it because she had to keep her composure. Royalty go around greeting people with smiles throughout. In fact, it seems the smiles are plastered on their faces because it is a necessity. But for Meghan, her frequent, pretentious smile couldn't last long. It must always show who she really is. During the greeting of those who came to welcome her, her mask slipped again. She was tired of pretending. A once smiling face turned into a cold face that could push anyone away. Harry was busy greeting people, but Meghan was busy observing the environment to see if it was safe, wearing a strong face as if she were the real security, since they were unable to get one because of how broke they are. Still at the Veterans Museum, Meghan tried to enter her natural state when she saw children. She forgot there was a camera nearby. But when she noticed the camera, she quickly repaired her already slipping mask and went to the children pretending to be interested. But it was too late, because the camera saw everything. Her pretense was exposed. Her mask slipped badly, revealing how she was truly feeling. Her reaction when she noticed the camera showed she wasn't interested in anything happening there and was only doing it for the camera. It seems her visit to Australia was actually forced because coming to Australia made her tired. After arriving, her first stop after visiting the hospital was the Veterans Museum. When she got there, she looked uninterested, almost like she wanted to tell Harry, "Please, let's leave this place." But she couldn't say that because these were places they had to visit. She tried to manage herself. You could see the way she arranged her hair, and immediately, the mask she was putting on to cover her true intentions slipped. She quickly maintained it, but it was already too late. At their welcome at the Children's Hospital in Australia, Meghan was focused on her security awareness. Meghan was smiling, and everything was going well. But then a lady came from behind and touched Harry, and all hell broke loose. The plastered smile began to break as the lady's hand touched Harry's back. You could see the massive mask slip on Meghan's face. The long stare, scary look, and the dismissive eye blink said everything. no one is allowed to touch Harry. This exposed to the world how she allegedly treats staff behind Harry's back. The stare could melt a mountain. What a massive mask slip. Why show sympathy while searching for the camera? At the children's hospital, Meghan showed sympathy to the kids, but kept looking for the camera before expressing it. Her eyes looked like a child who had stolen cookies from the kitchen. The eyes said it all. She didn't want to be there. Many critics claimed that she was only there for the camera. Australians were angry as they believed Meghan and Harry used sick kids for PR moments, and if that wasn't enough, she needed the camera present before showing sympathy. When they arrived in Australia, they were taken around the hospital, but Meghan didn't seem comfortable with the movement. You could see how she looked at the guide. The stare alone could scare anyone. She pretended to be happy in Australia, but at the same time, all these moments show that she wasn't. Maybe she was angry because the crowd she expected wasn't there. The tension and anger on her face were visible. She tried to quickly adjust her expression to fit what the camera needed. One of her very first stops in Australia was a hospital visit, and on the surface, it looked like a sweet, compassionate gesture. But what happened inside told a completely different story. Before she had even properly settled in, Meghan was heard saying, "Let's make it quick." Let that sink in.
My source, who works within the Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne, has revealed that when Meghan arrived, she said, "Let's make this quick." And as my source told me, such a humanitarian, not. Then the acting started, acting of her pretending to care.
She came to visit sick children, and her first concern was the clock. No genuine, compassionate person walks into a children's ward and rushes it along. That one unscripted line said more about her true intentions than any carefully planned photo opportunity ever could. The caring, warm-hearted image she had walked in with, gone in seconds. This one is from her 2018 Australia trip, where Meghan was caught in what many consider one of her most awkward moments on camera. A lady was explaining something sensitive to her, but instead of giving support, she appeared bored and gave a devilish stare. You could see how she looked at the woman dismissively. Her plastered smile faded quickly the moment the camera disappeared. I don't understand why she would do that. During their last Australian tour, the streets of Sydney were absolutely packed. Thousands of people had shown up, buzzing with excitement, just to catch a glimpse of Meghan and Harry. It was exactly the kind of reception most people would be grateful for. But Meghan could not even keep up the performance long enough to appreciate it. Because in that moment, with crowds stretching as far as the eye could see, she turned and said, "I can't believe I am not getting paid for this." The room went cold.
They went on an Australia tour together, and that was the tour in which she allegedly famously said, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this. I can't believe I'm doing this crap for free."
Even for someone used to putting on a show, that was a slip nobody saw coming. These were her supporters, people who had waited hours for her, and that was her reaction. It left everyone around her completely stunned, and honestly, it is not hard to see why.
She was exhausted. She was like, "Oh my, I was so tired, it was so hard for me because I was pregnant when we did that tour." And it was like, you were royal. You had a whole cabal of people there to massage your feet at night.
This time it was Harry himself who set her off. As the two walked together, Harry strode ahead, leaving Meghan slightly behind, and the attention naturally followed him. For someone who lives for the spotlight, that was simply unacceptable. You could watch the exact moment it happened. 1 second, she was smiling, and the next her face had completely transformed into barely concealed fury. There you have it, 13 times Meghan Markle's mask slipped during the Australia tour. Which slip, according to you, was the worst? Let me know in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.